And we're back. This is Elliott Serrano and Jose Melendez coming to you from Dreamland Comics in Schaumburg, Illinois. Thank you for joining us here on the Comic Culture Warrior YouTube channel. At long last, how many years later? Wolverine versus Hulk, number 3. Ultimate Wolverine versus Hulk, number 3, finally comes out.
Was it worth the 2.5-year wait?
Nothing's worth a 2.5-year wait. Ain't nothing worth that long. On its own merits, though, the book was... I really enjoyed the book. I'll say this. Leinil Francis used pencils... after everything that he did in Secret Invasion, you'd think the guy would have been like totally blown out, burned out, and done. He does some really solid work in this book. And I remember when, early on, when he first started, his characters looked very blocky. He had a very Mignola-ish look to his work.
Speaking of which, that just reminds me of the one thing that I think the first thing that I saw him do, which is still one of my favorite things that he's ever done, was that mini-series with Scott Lobdell called High Roads.
High Roads.
Did you ever read that?
Yes. As a matter of fact, yes.
It's like the World War II story?
Yeah, the World War II.
That's when I first saw him. I'm like, man, this guy's going to be awesome. Yeah. And then to this day, I still think some of his designs and his art in there, even though it's probably like 5 years old now, it's still really good. But yeah, you can see him. He's coming into his own now at this point.
Oh, the guy it's tremendous. And these the pencils are not inked in this book again.
And usually I complain about that, but I'm not going to complain about it in this book.
This has a really nice finished look to it. The colorist did a nice job of blending the colors and the tones with the pencils. It is really it's just a solid book. 2.5 years. But even so, Lindlelof doesn't seem like he really phoned this one in. I mean, he had a nice... there was a lot of humor in it. The storytelling was clever.
And a Hulk having more sex.
Yeah, but even within this context, I mean, it's the ultimate Hulk, so I'll give it that. No, you're right.
It's kind of funny there.
Hulk's
just all about having sex nowadays.
No. Well, hey. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I know the next book's going to come out.
In a couple of weeks, I think.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. This book is finally moving.
Well, that's the whole point. This is like the third issue, and it's already kind of repeating itself. It hasn't really gotten anywhere. Because they keep going back and forth and going through time and covering stuff that was already covered in the first 2 issues that they already reprinted. So I understand that they probably wanted to catch people up. But they reprinted the first 2 issues before this came out, so there wasn't any need to do that. So I just felt like half the issue I was just reading the same shit that I just read in the first 2 issues.
Mm-hmm. I would say if you didn't read the first 2 issues and you don't need to be a completist, wait for the trade on this, because the moment that last issue comes out, you know that the trade paperback for this is going to be released.
And I also love the fact that at the very end, She-Dragon shows up. Which is pretty awesome that Eric Larson's letting them use her.
Yeah, really. I was pretty amazed. But actually, I didn't even know that there was a She-Hulk in the Ultimate Universe. So.
Oh, I think this is the introduction of her.
Her introduction? Well, but the Ultimate Universe is going to be done soon anyway.
So. It seems kind of pointless at this point.
Yeah, it seems kind of pointless. So, in either case, 2.5 years later, we finally have... Part 3, and this is of how many issues? 6? Gee, money Christmas.
Yeah, well, hopefully the story moves forward in the next issue.
It will. Well,
really
folks...
will feel like rereading about Wolverine getting ripped in half and going after his legs and crawling around. It's like, again.
I'd like to see how he gets those freaking legs back together as a thing. You know? We know he's going to get his legs back. He's not an iguana. He's not going to grow them back. So, we'll see. That's that on that, and we'll come back with Last Rants.